Maybe we should just jump into it. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
I think he already went in. Whee!
Are we still in this area?
Yeah,
Yes.
we're I'm gonna cut right back into it. Welcome back. We never did a welcome back, so what the fuck? I don't know how we're gonna edit this post. Whatever, it doesn't matter.
He's getting edited? Ooh.
The scene fades in again. Armolad on his side with his eyes closing, as the boots step up and Maya's face gets closer, puts something in his hand, and your eyes just close. Cut to her point of view. Wake up, wake up. And she grabs something from behind her and crumbles in her hand a series of what looks to be like leaves or spices and puts it in, opens up Armolad's mouth and closes it. At the meantime, flashback to you guys underneath still, finishing up the fight. Cut to, in the background, some more shadowy figures on the rooftops of the marketplace approaching. Cut to Maya looking that way and does this series of hand signals. And then
Chickens are what?
she looks back down at Armolad, who's not moving or barely starting to not moving yet, or barely starting to stir, and she runs off screen to where the shadows are. The camera follows her. They're a group of other shadow warriors, 2 or 3 of them. And she said, and he's like, "Should we take him out now?" Says the other voice, her response. And now we took one out, and I grabbed this from him. And she had reached in as well and grabbed something from Armolad. Just we'll cut to that later. We go back now. We return, and she leads them off. Cut back to Armolad, still just closed and like squinting eyes, still in pain or something, with these little bits of leaf bits on his mouth. Cut to everybody else on the ground, having finished off, all gathered around this one. We don't have to show the screen, but gathering over the last monstrosity that you had fought, which was a oh boy, I can't even remember now.
Ghast?
Yes, thank you. Aghast.
Aghast.
So, what would you guys like to do?
That was a nice little warning exercise.
No. It's not. Oh yeah, there we go.
In the evening.
What?
Yeah, it's still dead at night here. Anywho,
yeah, I woke up too early. My entire day is going to be.
No. Time out. We're cutting right from the fight. We're just surrounding this gas and just finishing.
I know.
Up. Oh, I see. I'm sorry. I'm being weird. I'm misunderstanding.
He's still
Narissa's already
hungover.
shaking her head, going, "I don't understand it half the time."
Alright. So Rak is going to go get this drow boss's swords. Like, these head. I wonder if they're still toxic.
You want to do an investigation check?
Yes.
Or a medicine check?
I'm not good at either, but I'm gonna do one of these. I'm gonna do the one with a minus.
Oop.
There is this black ichor on the edges, and that's you're touching it. I don't know if you even touch it or whatever, but it's like this little black ichor that who knows what the fuck.
Okay, I remove his sheets and put his swords into them and like, these go to my weaponry.
All right, Scar, Narissa.
I'm gonna ask Scar to give me a lift up so I can go check on Armolad.
So I take her and
Back to you helping each other up and climb the roof, and the camera follows Narissa as she goes on above and on the roof and sees the body of Armolad. Although he's stirring and he's like now just starting to wake up, or Armolad, at this point, you as well like start waking up from the ground. Narissa, where once previously was Maya's face, and now it's Narissa standing over you.
You're not Maya. What?
You don't know Maya.
You
have
don't.
no
we
clue who
don't
that
know
is.
Maya.
Oh,
Sorry. Correction.
you're the one who called her Maya, so that's why. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Did you guys just climb up the side? There's a set of
Yeah.
stairs right beside me.
It was faster to go up the side we're on.
Oh, okay. Somebody else
can
is
leave.
here.
You've noticed
Somebody.
something in your hand as well.
Oh. What's this? I look at my hand.
It's an intricately carved what looks like an egg. But it could be like a stoned egg.
A hard-boiled egg.
It
Stoned.
looks more like if somebody did a Fabergé egg,
Mm-hmm.
but it was made out of rock. And it's got all these little few of these weird carvings on it.
Again, not my forte, but do I recognize the writing?
Roll me a
What horrible thing should I roll? Suck at Arcana, suck at History, suck at Investigation. Insight, I'm good at.
Oh, you know what? Time out. Go for it. Why don't you roll me a history check? If you roll history, I'll roll it with that. I'll let you roll it with advantage.
Okay, that's probably not going to help, but sure. Nope, didn't help. 12.
It's going to help in a second.
Okay.
You're trying to remember, where did I get this rock? What the fuck? Flashback to the while you're passing out and your eyes are opening up briefly. To the few seconds that happened a few second ago, and this strange figure is reaching into you're looking for something and sees you wake up and starts slapping you. Come on, wake up. Take this to Vexalia. Come on, wake up. And that's the last thing you and then the eyes close up and that's the last thing you remember from that. It's like a blurry, fuzzy memory as if it was a dream. Like at first you were like, did I see some weird drow? No, it was Narissa. Wait, no. Then this rock, I do remember this drow person.
I'm supposed to take the rock to Vexalia, I think.
Okay, let's go.
Give me a sec. I'm kind of weak right now. Okay.
I'll carry you.
Oh God. No.
Narissa, Scar, you want to look around to see like what else is going on? Perception checks.
That's what I was going to do, was roll perception.
You see a tutu. Twice.
I see a lot of tutus right now.
22 and 20. That's impressive.
Yeah.
And actually, it isn't. No, I don't. Never mind.
Nearby, there's another body of a drow. With it,
Actually, it was a
with his throat
natural
slit.
20.
It's kind of stashed, but not so stashed. And from there, like footprints, as if somebody stepped in the blood and moved in the direction where the camera showed where Maya had gone. So there's another mysterious drow here, and footprints leading away.
Can I search that other drow's body?
Sure can.
What would you like? Investigation?
Absolutely. 14. There's not much on him. But when you roll up the sleeve, SOI. Or
Lovely
or
buddies.
IOS or whatever the symbols are. Daggers, same type of there's same type of daggers with that same black ichor thing. And not much else of a little bit of gold. Probably about like 20 worth of gold. Oh, no gold because they don't want it to rattle. Everything about this is like stealth stuff so that it doesn't make a lot of noise. That's
And
it.
if he even had a purse on him, it would have the enchantment of to quiet it or mute it anyway.
They might have like one of those belts of coins, but they're individually around your waist.
That's what you find.
Hmm.
14. For a total of 20 gold. Well, what do y'all want to do?
Well, let me pick up Armolad and let's take him to Vasilia.
So as the camera like pans away briefly to while you guys are picking them up, there's still chaos and stuff happening. In fact, you see a few guards now with the red coats and the long rifles like come in and start surrounding the area and start asking questions. What happened here? What are all these bodies doing here?
You're late to the party.
Rak has been spending quite a while figuring out how to put these swords on his hip. Like, that's not good. That feels odd. What if I put both of them on the same side? No. On the back? Cross? No.
Red coat, basically. Captain
Mhm.
looking, one of those funny hats, tricone hats. What happened here?
A fight. As I stare at him straight in his eyes
Did you do
without
this?
blinking. No, my
And
fairy
then
godmother did.
and who are you?
Dar did it.
Narissa shows the seal or the emblems that we have.
Oh. Tell me everything that happened. And he sits he gathers you
Do
around.
you really want me to go into the whole litany
Well,
of
I'm
everything
gonna
that
Don't.
goes on?
actually, yes. And you start explaining from the beginning. And the captain's like, and we'll use that as in the background. We're gonna fade out to a new scene. But
Yeah.
In the background, the soldiers are getting stuff, tending to people wounded, getting everything organized, getting everybody calmed. The camera cut back to a new time, new location.
And then
So,
Narissa's like done hearing the stories.
I'm just
No,
really
this
upset that I have to
no.
listen to this on her shoulder. Let me down, please.
As
Me
no,
down
I
to
mean,
the
I'm
paradise city
keeping
that
him on my shoulder as I am telling the story of what occurred. And I'm like, and he ended up on the top up there, and we just got him down. And then you come and you're saying, what happened here?
And I start
Obviously,
explaining.
it was a fight.
And she starts the whole story again. It's a loop.
So new scene.
Yay,
We're
new
meeting
scene.
with
New scene, yes.
we're meeting with Vixalia. She's got a few of her security detail. There is a few more redcoats. We're not so much in the library, but it's a new room. There's trophies. There's trophies of animals. A lodge, big lodge. This is a central big square table with maps splayed out and fireplace in the corner. And where you're all there at the table, kind of explaining what just happened, the attack, as best as you could. And she's holding on to that
Rock.
stone, that egg stone. And you say a drow and you say a drow woman dropped this off, gave this to you.
Put it in my hand, yes.
Did anybody else see her?
Probably the drow that she killed that was trying to sneak up behind me saw her. Well, maybe he didn't, actually.
If what you tell me that was a bold attack that they did. Maybe it's time maybe this will explain more. And she goes into she goes to a section and grabs a golden chalice with a couple of jewels on it. And she takes this stone egg with runes on it. And she smashes it on. She does this thing like how you would break an egg on the edge of a thing. She actually manages to somehow break this rock egg and opens it and pours just this green. As she does that, they flare up and this greenish liquid comes out, oozes out. Like she didn't break it in half, she just cracked into it and this greenish goes into this gold and then like does this little smoke. And
I don't want to find what bird laid that egg.
no, and for a second everybody's taken aback, but Vexalia looks calm. It looks calm, and like she's seen this plenty of times. The smoke formulates into like a sort of 3D message, and it's the face of Maya, but still kind of blurred and showing things. It's just Vexalia. No, she doesn't say that. She says, V, this is M. V, this is M. It's what we thought. She has the book. She's finally revealing it. She hasn't quite entrusted me fully with the plan, but things are moving afoot, and I can guarantee she is working with Wisterion to bring somebody back. Details are as follows. And with that, you see like a sort of, the camera does this sort of, in the smoke, it looks like a sort of it's a visual representation of what we had previously seen before, where they're doing these rituals where something opens up on the top and weaponry comes down. Wisterion now, like, and she starts saying, and something more. Wisterion has the hand, but it's different. And there's just barely a glimpse of, like, you could tell that these are all from first person perspective, as she's filming it from her eyes and just getting memories instilled into this egg thing. And we see his electronic hand, the hand of Vecna, but of the Terminator 2 hand now, attached.
Dun, dun, dun.
Bum 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 bum. Yes, soundtrack from
We have so many different films going on at one time.
they're all inspiration for stuff. And
Able the theater, the clip show.
there's a little bit more narration, but of just recap of things that you have all seen off screen, or bits and pieces of, so that you're more familiar than now. Vexalia can more explain the witch and and the background. So they're being introduced, and Vexalia says, after it's off, that was one of our spies that we have. You had asked earlier. You had asked earlier if we had any. You're just not that. You're not at that level yet. But apparently these messages that you needed. Oh, apparently the messages that you had to pass over was of importance. One of the things that I forgot to mention that Vexalia can now mention now. We found she's shown us where the headquarters, where their stock is at, Wisterians, where these rituals are happening, and the stock of weapons. She showed us on the portrayal of the map. Now we know where he keeps his things.
So we should go there and date them.
Okay.
They said that they've been building up to something.
They're bringing somebody through. Narissa finally breaks her silence.
All right.
Dun
So-
dun dun. Oh, she speaks again.
Yes.
So she's well, what do you mean? Who are they bringing back? How do you know
I
this?
So my group apparently has not noticed, or if they have, they haven't really said much. At night I've been visiting your brother at his tomb.
Wait, what?
I've been speaking with your brother.
Explain yourselves. How?
Not myself.
Where?
Not myself.
No, they don't have anything, just me. At night I've
What do
been
you
going
mean
out.
you've been
I've
speaking with?
been speaking to him.
He talks to you in your mind?
No, I've seen him as flesh, as young as about 20, 30 years old.
You explain from your point of view, like again, like there's a flashback of you stepping onto the black what's that stone?
Black marble.
Marble. Thank you. That
Obsidian?
black shiny marble clicking sound, big echoing into this big chamber. And Vexalia says, "No, that doesn't sound right. Show me."
I can't show you.
The place you're describing does not exist. The shrine that's there is about the size of a closet.
What I've been stepping into is more of a mausoleum, if not bigger.
She's rocked by this. I need time to process this. And in the meantime, we'll need to step up security in the city. I don't want a panic happening, but I don't want a panic happening, but we need to do something. Alfred? No, yeah. Ferdinand? Ferdinand? Make sure that's taken care of. Certainly, milady. You've already met Captain Henderson, the red coat that was one of the guards.
The one that I was speaking to for the last 2 hours.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to. He'll finish the debrief, and she like. I think, Narissa, can I speak privately with you?
Yes, you can. That's if my party members are okay with that.
Not a problem. I just need to go rest somewhere for a few hours.
Actually, no, we're not gonna do that. She's gonna need some time she's gonna take a little bit of time to process what you just said, and she's gonna step away, and you can finish up a debrief with Henderson, who's got most of the details already. He was here listening to y'all. Excuse me. I'm having a brain fart. Okay. Vexalia is obviously thrown, and she's not being able to talk correctly, so she excuses herself to process this. Anderson. Okay, well, we're going to be setting up extra security around. What do you suggest the next steps are?
2 things. 1, rest. 2, acquire or destroy the cache of weaponry. 3, I said only 2 things.
Of course. Rest is good. Is there any more wounds that you only tended to?
Nothing that won't take more than a nap.
Yeah, a nap
Okay.
would do it.
And with that, we'll go ahead.
From my experience,
Oh, God. Here comes the story.
no story,
Oh, okay.
but from my experience as, being in the military and everything, giving tips on what, the fortifying the area, making sure that everything is basically telling him how to do his job when he asks for guidance on what else needs to be done.
You're secondhand driving his decisions. He loves it. Ron, to roll me a persuasion check.
Well, that's what I am. Jeez Louise, persuasion.
Nat 1.
You should totally give
First,
her
you
an
open all the
inspiration for that.
gates, then you put tell all the guards to take a nap.
It's-
No, not like that.
The one-
He's trying to be as polite as possible, but like when your face is turned, the camera sees like, yes, of course, we'll take that into consideration. Yes.
Scar, I think it's time for a rest.
You're correct. And with that,
Before he puts you under arrest.
You go off. You go to your bedrooms, rest up.
I was trying to be helpful. Just because I do a lot of stories doesn't mean that I'm not also good at what I do. Damn it. I walk away. I go to my room. Get some rest. Grab a beer on the way.
No, so full rests for those who are going to take it. Full rest for those who are going to take it, and then we'll come to that. Narissa, are you taking a full rest or are you gonna do some shenanigans?
I was gonna do a partial rest because she only has 10 hit points that she needs to make up.
I think you also used up some abilities. They'll take up your abilities as well. It's late at night. Full rest. Just take a full rest, man.
That's what I was thinking of doing.
All right. Cut to a little bit of a short little scene. It's dawn time. Vexalia in full, like, big fluffy fur robe, bluish, reddish and black. A couple of her guards. Reddish and black. A few of her red coat guards are there. She's stepping through. She's at the cemetery, at the shrine, at her brother's shrine, and she's just looking at the simple door, stained glass, with still the little bit of light showing through, as if like there's torchlights behind it. Moment of hesitation as she's looking at this shrine, and then opens the double doors into exactly what she remembers, which is just a simple a closet side, nothing more bigger than a large closet with stuff inside. The light source being a single candle or a scone thing on a plate that causes one little bit of flame, like an eternal flame. Brother, can't you hear me? It's Stubby. I hear you whisper sometimes. I feel your presence. Why are you talking to her, not me? And with that, we'll fade into your guys' morning routine. What do you guys want to do?
Food.
Food is at kitchen table. Bacon, loads of potatoes. It's the fancier, not the kitchen table, the major table outside of the kitchen.
Oh, this time, yeah.
There is tons of potatoes, breakfast, eggs, pancakes, bacon, all these different sorts of meats and puddings and fruits galore. Whatever your heart's desire for breakfast.
I think I'll go for some nuts.
Oh my god.
What are you laughing about up there?
Nuts.
And a bit of sausage to go with it.
Bacon, ham,
Some
potatoes.
chicken breast.
Just eating to my heart's content.
Ooh, a
I'm
melon.
more of a
Like-
thigh. I'm more of a thigh guy myself.
Ooh, piece of ham. Yes. I'll lay my
Ham's
hands on
good.
that.
Yeah, ham's good.
Where
Oh,
is the
ooh.
water bottles?
Bonk. 20 jail. All right, here we go.
What? I was describing food.
Yeah. Uh-huh. As everyone's brain just goes mind just goes doot, 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 right down there.
Would you like
Nar-
some
Nar- Nar-
cheese with your wine?
Narissa has already grabbed the wine.
I
because
don't
she's
wine.
done.
I want the wine. Actually, I want the beer. But they don't do
Okay.
beer in the
I want the
morning.
wine. There, you have some wine.
This is just getting too cheesy. I'll have the brie.
You're being really gorgonzola right now.
I want the religious cheese. I'm going for Swiss because it's holy.
Because it's holy.
Okay. So we're eating.
Fantastic. Food's had. You've been informed that Lady Vixalia wants to meet again at the war room, which is the same where you were previously debriefing.
Okay.
At your convenience, after breakfast, whatever.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I can go get dressed then.
The who?
Please.
I can go
Please
get
do.
dressed before the meeting.
He
You
was
don't have
eating.
that many clothes.
Ah, but I couldn't be bothered to put them on for breakfast.
He's a messy eater. He doesn't want to spill food on his clothes.
Let's see what's the big issue. Giants didn't mind.
Yes, we're not exactly among your giants right now.
Eh,
When in
Whatever.
Rome, be a Roman candle, wherever Rome is.
Yes, he is.
Rak is a nudist. Fantastic.
Well, wait, no. He does
Almost.
have his bunny slippers on.
Yes.
He's got his bunny
I had
slippers
two
on.
pieces of clothing on. So I'm not a nude.
He just doesn't want to show his toes.
Yes, my toes are very shy.
High toes.
At least it's
But
not
other things are at attention.
Hanging around him.
Hanging around.
I have lost control of this group.
All
We're
right.
gonna move on.
On that note,
you
let's
claiming you had
do one
some?
of your scene shift thingies there, Carla.
Done. Clap. We're around surrounding the table.
Yes,
Clothes.
Rak has put on some clothing. He has socks on.
Rak is appropriately dressed for a PG-13 movie. with lots
Three of
violence.
them. He has three.
That's rated R, but still, let's try to keep it in R, not NC-17, okay?
Actually, then he needs to have a loincloth because that's the only thing for men.
Now he
would
actually
keep
has
it
two
from extra-
swords on his belt that are hanging right there.
So,
No.
I mean, realistically, you're not shocking Vexalia. She's
I don't care.
used to seeing grog a lot, or at least back in the days.
Or in this case, a lot of grog.
No, I don't think it's Grog. It's the other guy. It's the minstrel.
And
Oh, what's his
There he goes. Oh, yeah.
Scanlan.
Scanlan.
Scanlan is the one.
Yeah.
He's the one that had the cod piece.
Oh, honey, I've seen Scanlan's shown me. I've seen so much worse with Scanlan, and he was literally just called the Inch, like a cube. He was the cube. I mean, he would describe it in quite detail. It's
But the
a
hand.
cube, a
But
cube,
it's-
an inch by an inch by an inch. That man. Anywho,
You could say he was inching closer.
so
We have got to get out of the gutter.
we have to climb up. To
overview of
gutter
the overview
before
of
we
the
get
table.
out. Okay.
With the new information that Narissa has told us, if what she says is true of the Raven Queen, that she's taken notice, that must mean then that this is necromancy, which is confirmed by this book. Then the book that was in the last book of the diary. Not the last diary, but like the last book, the last time I saw that Delilah Briarwood had it. Necromantic Queen that was trying to resurrect Vecna and bring him back.
Is that who they're trying to bring back now?
We don't know.
But no, I'm asking
No.
Vexalia.
Yeah. I can only assume that that's what it is. This is a lot bigger than we thought. The reason we have to communicate with these eggs is there is no long-range communications that can't be traced. Secrecy, even within the Arcana Pansophical, that we even have a spy, that's level 8 knowledge. She's reaching out now because she finally found something worth investigating. A depot, a weapons depot. We suspect. I was hoping that she would not come back. With this witch's help, helping out Woosterian, this changes everything. We can't reach the Arcana Pansophical through long-range messages without them being able to intercept the messages. As you can see, they've had a few. As we have spies with them, they have spies here as well. If they're working together, I can only assume that their ultimate goal is to reach the ziggurat, which is why I have it well defended. My military will be on standby. We'll have some extra threats. I will have to address the audience. I will have to address the people of Whitestone and let them know that the threat level is raised. I don't like keeping them in the dark. But in the meantime, besides my loyal army of redcoats with firearms that, quite frankly, are soon going to be unmatched by Woosterian's weaponry. You are the muscle. You're
A
the
goon
group. You're it.
squad.
Tell me, the threat level has gone up. Do you have any plans? What are your thoughts?
Get to the cache, blow it up, or steal it. Probably the former, since I don't think
We
we
have
could.
access to condensed black powder, dynamite, explosives. That should do the trick. It's safe and stable. First he had. It's one of the things he was working on. That sounds reasonable. She lays down the map. She shows where Whitestone is. Oh, might as well just show it to everybody. Let's just go to the big E map. And I will show. Let me show you the world. Da-da-dum, ba-da-da-da. Wait, didn't I have another Whitestone? Okay. There's an entrance that you need to get to. And let's show. There. Let's get a little freehand line drawing of red. Your favorite. That is way too thick.
You wish.
Yeah, let's move this just a little bit further this way. You could kind of see how this is like the spine or like a fallen titan of some shit. Anywho, so overview map of that shows it. That's what she said the entrance is. It's looks to be about a day's travel. Doesn't seem to be a straight road there. I mean, there is a road there because these are the usual mines that we go to, and this is where we get our sources of our iridium and stuff. I'm unsure of going straight through the main road would be the best. From reports from what M has been telling me is that you have been expected. You have been watched. That hit was on you and not on us. At least that's what my team are telling me. So, you want to take there's a path through the main road, or you could take the other path but it's filled with more wilderness. Snow monsters, city. You could take there's at least 3 paths to take. Straight up the road, which you will be noticed most likely and will be ambushed multiple times. You can stealth through the mountain and spine, or through the east side, through the more plains area, and climb your way up.
Anything with trees is good.
The far left.
No.
All right. In that case, let me make a little drawing here so that you all see what I'm talking about. So
why do you say trees is good? That's a good way for us to get ambushed.
Sorry, I'm a wood elf, so trees is good. I'm most comfortable in forest. I'll let you know when they're coming.
So there we go. You can see that there's 3 different paths. Can I make they're the same color, unfortunately, but
They will each have a name: left, middle, and right.
there.
What do you
not
think,
sure what-
Rak? Rak, what do you think?
I wasn't listening.
That's
So
nothing
one goes through
unusual.
trees, one goes through the mountains, and the other one is basically do not want to do.
Let's go the side way.
I believe if you go the straight way, you'll run across a lot of these fighters that you've been running across so far.
Oh yeah, I can kill more of them. That sounds fun.
But then they'll know we're coming.
I don't care.
We don't want them to know we're coming.
But if they
I mean-
know we're coming, they're gonna come against us, and we can kill them all.
We don't know how many there are.
It's a good plan.
It's
I mean-
it's more than we know, so we can kill
If
all
you-
of them.
Think of it on the meta level this way. Do you want to encounter enemies that you know but are increasingly humanistic value down the main road? Do you want to encounter weird animals through the spine because magical area and act weird shit there? Or do you want to go through the forest and fight monsters?
Can we do all of them?
I'd rather go through the spine. If we're going through the mines, at least it's a direct shot.
But what?
Is
What-
time
what-
of the essence?
mountains.
That's the question. Is time of the essence? That will determine which route we go. Because if time is of the essence, then we need the most direct route, regardless of what we encounter. So,
But the encounters themselves will take time, and they might force us to rest. And yeah, who knows?
The road would be the fastest way. It'd probably take you maybe a day and a half versus 3 days through the both other routes. So both the other routes are twice as long. But I mean, we're unsure. They say they're walking towards something. I suspect it is the solstice. There's a specific, oh boy, some deep lore. This event happens every couple of full 100 years, where every couple of 100 years, no, that's not it at all. No, normally, when Delilah last attempted this, it was during the solstice, when at the time the walls between barriers were at its weakest. From what we're being shown, from what we've seen, or from what M reports, is that they have already been pierced. They are getting weaponry from the Dirt Realm. So there is already a portal open. They've already figured out a way to pierce into different realms. So I don't think that there is a specific time crunch. They just keep saying that soon things are coming. They don't say when. I think our best measure is just preparation and anticipation. We are being a reactive force. You are the proactive force.
We're the pros, yeah.
So to speak.
Well, I still like the woods bet idea because, well, I'm most comfortable there and help find enemies. But if we need to get there faster, we could take the road. But that will definitely tell them that we're coming.
I would probably expect twice as many fights. Well, 3 times. I don't know. We have not been very successful in retaking it. We have decided to keep our soldiers in reserve, but the few scouts that we did penetrate only made it about a half day out before they were ambushed.
The other advantage of fighting creatures in the woods is we could run away, and they're not likely to follow, as opposed to if a couple of the people we fight on the road get away, they'll just be there to add to the forces, and they'll warn the forces ahead of us.
Why don't we do this? Why don't we take this as a good pause point and take a little break? Have something to eat, take a pee break. Let's have chemicals not interfere with the brain processing process, and we'll go from there. Meet up in like what?
We'll meet up in 10-ish.
10 minutes.
Okay.
Cool.
Have a break, have a donut. Now,
3, 2, 1, a half, a quarter, an eighth.
We're back.
We're back. Maybe. Well,
Cool.
something I learned during this break is that the National Taco Day is October the 4th.
You know what we
October the
didn't
4th.
do? We didn't discuss anything.
What is that?
And we also the National Vodka Day is on the October 4th.
Oh, vodka.
Yeah,
Nice.
you can have vodka and
vodka.
tacos on the same day. Who knew?
Ah,
Do you guys want to know that's 2 days before my birthday?
So you can celebrate your birthday with tacos and vodka?
I could actually 2 days later.
you
It's
know,
October
I always
4th.
thought National Taco Day was Cinco de Mayo.
No,
No,
that's
that's
for
tequila.
mayonnaise.
I think that's every Tuesday is taco.
Tuesday, yeah.
Taco Tuesday.
And
And
Cinco
let's
de
see,
Mayo.
also-
Cinco de Mayo. What date is that?
The
Is
5th
that-
of May.
It is the 5th
Okay.
of May?
Yeah,
May the 5th
it
be
literally
with you.
is Cinco, which
That's
is
May the
5,
4th.
Mayo,
May the 4th be with you.
Yeah,
May
well, I
the
said May
5th
the 5th
is
be with you.
Corona.
Okay, so-
and-
So when I'm at sea on Cinco de Mayo, they've got to be doing something for that because my cruise starts May 4th and I'll be at sea.
You know what's gonna happen?
What?
They're gonna do the Star Wars series while you're there.
oh boy.
May the 4th is a Star Wars Day. Yeah.
and
May
then
the
May
4th
the
be
May
with
the May the 5th be with you 2 days later. The dark side. Okay,
I
we're
know
back.
there's
All
it's
right,
also
we're
Revenge
back.
of the Sith.
I guess we still haven't even this we
Decided
never
which-
even discussed.
We
which
didn't
way we're
discuss
gonna
which
take.
way we're gonna go.
Let me drop some new law then. Before we make the decision. Unless Rak, you got something to say?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Let me get my accent straight. 1, 2, 3. Soft. Be a belly, be a belly, be a belly. No, I'm just kidding. You know, with the introduction of the book, that allows her to possibly summon undead and other necrotic things to attack you as well. So besides the, I could get. Well, we fear that this is some of the things that you might encounter on the way. I have fought against I've fought against these creatures before. Creatures similar that have been brought by this book. With the Narissa, there is something more I should mention about the Raven Queen and how this all fits into the problem. The last calamity happened when all of the societies were at its peak. Magic was at its peak. Technology advancements, we had flying cities, automatons, everything was fantastic. Magic was at its greatest. But some people reached too far. One of these such people is who is now the Raven Queen. The ability to ascend into godhood can be achieved by replacing one of the existing gods. One of them was removed. We don't know which. Poof, removed from history, from all of knowledge. That's how she was able to replace her. She, a human mage, has become the new Raven Queen. Guides. But in her position, she guides souls from area to area and protects all the lost secrets. Vecna also was one of those who learned of this ability and tried to do what she did. He was stopped. Barely. His power and influence still remains. His spirit is still guiding everything. That break, that separation, there's a separation that separates all of the gods' realms from in exact influence. This is why we do not see them here. It's for our own protection and theirs. But these barriers keep being broken or tunneled into. This book is dangerous. I fear that this witch is somehow a return of Delilah, but I can't confirm that. Or she's somebody else, but she has that book. And Wooster has the weapons to come in here, and now wields Vecna's hand. We have no help from the outside anymore. It's just us. So, destroy the cache it is, and I will help in whatever ways I can. What do we, once again now, bring out the thoughts and discussion on the middle road, the left road, or the right road?
Rak wants to go the most dangerous one.
That could be all of them.
Yes,
I'd
he
say
wants to go
that
all
would be
of them.
the most dangerous road would be the middle road. If you do
Because
take
that's
that,
the
I could
most-
show you a few. I can show you a few. Well, there's probably a few bases or forts nearby that they're probably that you could
Well-
take over on the way there.
Well, the question is, dangerous in what way? If you're thinking about dangerous like the cliffs and falling off, that's one type of danger. Or are you just talking about fights?
Fight.
So we have strange, abominable creatures that would go through the spine. We have dual god humans, warriors with these rifle weaponries and rival weaponness to Oz through the main road. And we have unknown beasts through the forests and the left road. But probably undead mixed with all of these.
Well, I fought Durgar, so that's not boring. Mysterious monsters sound interesting. They seem like the bigger challenge.
Which one? What type of monsters?
Mysterious ones.
monsters.
Mysterious monsters through the spines.
Oh,
It will be
I thought
cold.
I thought it was mysterious monsters through the woods.
Oh no, yeah, through the forest. Yeah, correct. Mysterious monsters through the forest. Yeah.
And Spies
Forest
has all of
creatures.
them. But
Mysterious monsters, weird abominations, or humanoids.
Oh, weird abomination or mysterious monsters. Oh, those both sound tempting. Like
Yeah.
the middle road, well, it has the most fights. It's also the most boring because it's the same old, same old.
Exactly.
Mysterious monsters or saint abominations both sound equally interesting. So I'm going to leave it up to you guys.
I vote woods.
Because you have advantage on woods.
Yes, but by looking at it, I'd rather take the high ground versus the low ground.
I don't like falling off cliffs, though I can
I
fall
don't
much
think
further
that's-
than other people.
That's not. I don't think that'll be a. I don't know.
Leave it up to the players.
Yeah.
Let them feed you ideas.
Yeah.
I'd rather take the high ground than the low ground.
So, AKA, it's one vote for the high ground, one vote for the low ground. One is like, yeah, I'll find anything. And that leaves only Scar with a vote.
I could do something.
Change your
No.
vote.
Well, I'll listen to Scar first before I do something.
I look at Rak and I'm like, you sure you want to go that route?
Rak didn't vote.
Yes, he did.
No, he
most-
said he doesn't care.
No, he said the most
not the
dangerous.
main. He said not the main.
Main is the most boring, but it has the most fights, so that's okay. The other ones have interesting monsters, so those are okay too. So he went like, this is too confusing. I don't like being confused. Just pick one and we'll.
I don't know. I don't know that. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Well,
Doesn't matter to her.
Narissa is my buddy, so I'm gonna the high road.
Now the question is, do I pull rank and just pick?
Welcome to being.
Being the
Or,
boss.
yeah, pull rank and we could still split the party.
No.
Director
Oh.
vetoes that idea.
Director doesn't want more work.
Yeah.
I will go with the consensus then. And since you showed pretty pictures of what were obviously the high road,
They're. I downloaded a pack of like all these different snow fight scenes. I'm like, oh, I got somebody to choose from! Yay! By the way, shout out to 2 Minute Tabletop as always. All these maps are from 2 Minute Tabletop. Fantastic stuff. All right, so the high road. Excellent choice.
We'll take the
road.
high road and you take the low road, and we'll be in Whitestone before you. No, we'll be in the mines before you. That's it.
I could only. It will be cold, obviously. And you won't get warm weather gear. Luckily for you,
The look
for your
on
troop.
Wooster's face. The look on his face, it's almost like he's drinking one of those drinks that he doesn't like to drink.
Pepsi Min.
So for
Yes, Star-Lord.
casting any magical effects or any magical items, probably and or including magic potions, may react like wild magic and have unpredictable after effects. As you move along the spine, or the Alabaster Sierras, what we consider the spine, the concentration of strong magical fields will cause the area to react strangely with magic.
Oh, can I replace the healing potion that I used?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
It didn't do much.
You will have access to supplies, gears. We even have a few shops in the town if you care to peruse things. We have very good artificers, as the weapons are quite advanced. They're just not level of fucking modern age industrial laser fucking CNC computer control machining that we have here. But the artificers are quite good. Any questions? Rock.
Oh, that's for Game Master.
Okay. What's up?
I want to get myself one of those thingies where you throw it at something and a pack of wolves appears.
You mean
What?
grenade?
Yeah.
No.
Grenade of summon animal or something.
That you would have to take that from Woosterian's army. That's a Woosterian weaponry.
No. Yeah, like an artifact of spell. It's an artifact. It's a
He
single
doesn't
use
want a
artifact
grenade.
that summons uses the spell summon animal companion. Or summon nature's ally or something. Whatever it is in this game.
Oh, you want to sorry, I misunderstood.
One use magic item. One use magic item of summon wolves.
Summon wolves.
Yes.
Well,
From
see,
the event.
we'll check with them. We'll see what we have.
Yeah.
But got a question.
I mean, I don't think. Yeah,
Yes.
go ahead, Narissa.
Because of the fact that magic is going to go wonky up there. That includes all magic on your items too. Will probably go wonky.
Okay.
Possibly.
Yeah, that she brings up an interesting point about the not so much on the weapons. I wouldn't worry about the weapons. I think the weapons we will be fine. Just casting spells with potions might have adverse reaction, including the. I don't think we'll have access to summon wolves. That's a little outside of our mage. That might be something you find in like Iman.
Okay. Worth a try.
Yes.
So
New from the inventors. Rediscovered melee weapon. Molotov cocktail. That's not
there's,
magical.
I mean, Molotov. That's a thing you can have.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Could buy some acid. What is it? There's flasks.
You guys want to have a shopping trip of interesting things?
Wizard's fire or something. Alchemist fire. Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Huh?
And with that, I mean, you have a mission now. You have a plan. Armolad, you're in charge of that.
I just say let's get them leap out of here, but all right, let's go shopping.
I'm just
I
gonna buy
mean,
some
if you want, I
alchemist
mean,
flasks.
literally, I'm
There's
pulling
one.
this out of my butt. I have nothing planned for this, so I have nothing planned. So whatever you guys want to do.
Question: how does that divert from the regular?
That sometimes I have little bits of plot planned, and I don't know how to introduce it, and sometimes I introduce it badly, like I did today. All out of order, and we're like, wait, cut, edit. We have to put this part back. I forgot to mention this.
Alchemist fire. There it is.
Well,
And there's no price on it.
that's how the sausage is.
Alchemist fire.
folks.
50 gold a pound. Okay. How much damage does it do? 2d6? That's expensive. Oh, well, I'll buy some.
What are you looking at, the Molotovs or what?
Yeah, all of those. Alchemist fire. 2d6 of damage, 50 gold each. Or
There
are
you
they
go.
cheap in here?
No, well, you would have to, I mean, let's go to, you guys just want to do a little shopping trip? Or do you want to fight
A
something?
very quick one.
Nah, just set up the fight and we'll shop in the meanwhile.
What's that?
Just set up the
We'll
fight and
shop.
we'll shop in the meanwhile.
While you set up a fight.
I have stuff lined up ready whenever. Okay. You know what? Go for it. All right. Yes to the Molotov cocktails. Let's see what we're gonna.
We'll
fight.
call it Alchemist Fire in this setting.
All right. You'll probably have roll me a 1d4, and that's what they have available to purchase. Nations, aberrations, and possibly elementals. Oh yes, no elementals.
Well, I'll
ice
buy
elemental.
all 4 of them that are available. Is that 200 gold, or do you get
Yes.
bulk discount?
So you go to the shop and you go to the shop. It's this offshoot of it's a branch of some place called Marvelous Goods. What was his name? Somebody help me with the name. Why am I blanking?
Can't remember.
Flamboyant, a very flamboyant. It doesn't matter.
You mean the one that kept on hitting on backs? Got
Yes,
it.
yes,
Uh,
yes.
Oh, I can't remember his name.
I am
either.
blanking on a name. Anyways, insert name in it. It's a fancy shop, etc., etc. One of the dudes' attendants there. This is a well-to-do place that have some access to advanced iridium, and almost everything has like little bits of iridium attached to it. Like, all right, totally, I could help you with that. There you go, a couple of potions that'll be allowed. Why don't you roll me like a persuasion check to see, like, I know you get discounts and it's for the good and all, but I gotta stay clear. So one of you roll me a persuasion check. Elemental.
Only one of us has to roll it.
Well, Rak is the one buying them. You may as well roll it.
Oh,
There you go.
I roll what?
Persuasion. To try and
Persuasion.
get them cheaper.
Oh, persuasion. Right. Yeah. There we go.
Yeah, they're 60 a gold apiece.
You rolled a natural 1?
Yep.
They are mispriced.
We need them. Can I have them for cheaper?
Oh no, sorry, dude. Like these were like last week's sale. These are the mislabeled one. They're like 60 a piece, dude.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's after discount. So like for sure, you're getting your money's worth.
60 a piece, that means 4 times 60 is a big
240.
number. Fine. Here's the money.
Cool. And what is the ice? Is it an ice elemental? I'm trying to think of the elemental that would be snow elemental.
Ice elemental is the closest.
Did you check golems to make sure it wouldn't be underneath there?
No, you know why? Because it technically would be a water elemental. That's why. All right. So there's no frost elemental. All right.
Is there a ring of warmth available?
Yes. Maybe. Let's see.
I have no idea how much it costs. I just noted. I typed in warmth, and that's the only thing that came up.
Ring of Warmth?
Yes.
Is it uncommon?
Yes. Warmth. I'll look it up again. Ring of warmth. Yes, uncommon. All it does is it protects you against cold.
Ooh, that's
Down
actually
to-
nice.
Yeah.
Down to minus 50 degrees Fahrenheit.
It's probably going to be down. Oh, protects you against cold or cold damage?
Yeah, just cold.
Everything you wear and carry are unharmed by temperatures as low as minus 50
This is
degrees
a.
Fahrenheit.
Not only is this a common item, it's so common here that it's only 25.
You have resistance to cold
Yes.
damage.
Yes, you have resistance to cold damage.
Oh, then that makes a difference. That makes it 100 gold.
I'll buy one.
I'll buy one.
I'll buy one. Wait a minute. I'm a dragon.
You're
Roll me
naturally
1d4 to
warm.
find out how many are available.
Since I asked, I'll roll it. Why
Actually,
not?
1d6. 1d6.
Slash roll 1d6. 1. Sorry.
Like, it's wintertime outside, and I know, like, here it's not cold because we have the sun and we're doing a thing, but, like, that's like the last one left, dude. Sorry.
Okay, you take it. You're the one who needs the
Yeah.
cold resistance.
Can I roll an investigation to see if they have any like very pricey stuff, like rares?
I don't have the
rares?
brain right now to. Anyways, roll what? I'm sorry to no end you. Yes, and what is it?
The thing I'm looking at is a very rare, so I was wondering if I could roll, try to see if they possibly have it. It's a ring of regeneration.
That's probably going to be a no at this level, maybe.
And
okay,
how would you afford it?
Roll a 1D. I mean, roll it. An investigation. The DC is very, very high.
Well,
What about an
Yeah.
antitoxin?
Antitoxin.
Oh.
I'm glad you. If you don't, first off, I had set up that she crumpled something into Armolad's mouth to kind of like wake him up. Nobody investigated or nature checked it.
I wasn't conscious, so.
Yeah, so
I wouldn't know, but
I don't think there's an antitoxin to what you guys are requesting. I mean, we don't even have a
No.
sample.
no,
we
no,
have
no,
a sample
no,
of the poison
Yeah, it's on
It's
the
on-
swords.
on Rak's swords
Um,
and the daggers.
you're gonna have to, if you leave it behind, we're gonna have to take some time to. If you leave it behind, we could work on something.
Okay, I can leave one of them behind. He had
So
two of them.
It'll
Wait,
take
wait.
several. I don't think that though. It'll take several. It'll take a. I don't think that they'll have it ready by the time you leave.
Yeah, I don't care. I guess they leave one of the swords behind.
Mm. That's what I wanted to purchase was an antitoxin.
Oh, I know.
But
And
there is
I don't
the
want to give it
there is
to
the
you
generic antitoxin
because
thingy.
it works really well against you guys, and now I have something to fight you with.
suck.
But that's all right because you're not going through the main road anyways, baby. So well, let's go. All right, sorry.
So you're taking the
Wait,
one
wait,
thing
wait,
that
wait,
I
wait, wait,
actually
wait.
want.
Wait,
So
wait, wait.
how
No,
about
no.
ring of
Stop.
poison resistance?
I actually came up with a better idea. It'll take them a time to make an antidote, but they might be able to replicate what it is, and we can have the poison on us. AKA, Narissa could use it on her hand crossbows.
Well, why don't you just dip your hand crossbows on Rak's sword?
I have the daggers, but I don't know how much I have.
This is drow specific special stuff. So it's not easy because of all the drow lore on their poison. It's not easy to replicate. It's not easy to cure. It's not a simple thing, and it's also not a simple thing of like scraping. It's like they'll only have limited uses on the sword, so it's not going to be always a +1. You'll have maybe 1 or 2 swipes with it that'll have the poison effect still going. So it only has limited uses for the poison, and it's difficult to replicate. It's a
There
specific thing.
There is the potion of poison resistance, but that only
Absolutely.
you gain
Magical potions will react very awesomely.
Yes.
Potion resistant, is it uncommon or common?
It's so common it's not even listed. But you gain resistance to poison damage for 1 hour, not any other effects of the poison. Just the poison won't damage you.
By the way, gold weather outfits, 10 gold each, and you give a advantage on saving throws to resist the effects of cold weather.
I got another idea. Is there a chance that they might have cold resistant potions?
Yeah, the duration of those is insignificant, so I'm gonna buy myself a cold weather gear.
Same.
The other thing that you mentioned, the poison resistance for 1 hour, is that what it was?
That's
right.
the potion.
Is it did you say it's uncommon or common?
It doesn't even say. It just says adventuring gear.
Then that's like a
It's
potion.
as common as you can get.
Yeah, there we go. Let's go for Let's keep those inexpensive then for right now. About 20.
What about Ring of Poison Resistance?
First off, on the potions, roll me 1d6.
Even the ring just reduces the damage.
Well, okay,
I
going back to
was-
the antitoxin,
This
The
is similar
anti-
to that, but go on.
it says it's an adventuring gear consumable. A creature that drinks this vial of liquid gains advantage on saving throws against poison for 1 hour.
Yeah.
No benefit to undead or constructs. So you're saying that I can't get one of those?
Yeah, we can.
You can or can't because
He said
Ye-
can,
you can.
but remember,
Yes.
he's gonna fuck with the potions in the mountains.
Yes. That is correct.
I was gonna ask, what about the cold resistance potions because they last up to an hour?
Yeah, day is
it's
long.
it's fine. It's fine. I mean, just say hang on
Huh?
1 second. Let me help you out. Let me pause what I'm doing right now and over here. Okay, so cold. Items. What was it called? Potion of cold resistance. Yeah. 20 gold. 1d6 to see how many are available. Potion of cold resistance. They are available. Cool. There's 6 available.
You can buy some if you want. Okay. Right. Again, I repeat
poison.
my question. Ring
What's
of
up?
Poison Resistance.
Hang on. Hang on. Potion of poison resistance. Did anybody roll me the 1d6 for that?
I don't think so.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
Nope. I don't know who
Okay.
wanted to buy those, but
Gar, roll me a 1d6.
Started.
And that is the
Slash forward.
Yep, I
RO.
got it. Got it. 6.
Jeez. I don't believe you guys.
What?
I roll a 1.
All right, so there's 6 potions of cold resistance and 6 potions of poison resistance. And this ring that you're talking about, what's it called? Ring of poison resistance?
Yes. You have resistance to poison damage while wearing this ring. That means you take half damage, or creature an object has resistance to a damage type. Damage of that type is halved. Okay. So that it doesn't actually.
This one's more, I think though, roll me a investigation check on this. Rak. This one could be available.
I have 2 items. The other one is the period of proof against poison, which is a rare variant of the ring of poison resistance. But where's my character sheet? Let me investigate this with a -1. Let's go.
There's one available.
Of which one?
The ring, not the wonders, obviously. Ring of poison resistance, one available.
And the prices?
The price is for this one because it's this guy knows that the drow have been a problem, and he's been preparing like, well, this one's like for totally like this really high ranking guy is supposed to have it. He wants like 400. I mean, we're selling for 400. 400 gold.
Okay.
Sold and sold.
Rak puts on 40 pieces of platinum on the table.
Nice. Okay, what else?
I think I'm done.
I'm done.
And with that, shopping bags, ching ching exchanges.
Oh. And then I give this ring to Armolad.
To me,
You don't have a resistance to poison damage, do you?
no. But I'm already using a ring.
You can
I
use
don't
2
know if you-
rings. You have like 10 fingers.
no they're
Attunement is a thing, I think.
I think you can attune
But I
one
don't
per
think it's a
hand.
thing you have to worry about.
No, this one doesn't actually require attunement. Oh, it does require attunement. Never mind.
Keep it yourself.
But I already get resistance when I rage.
Oh. Well, I guess Scar does too. Then give it to Narissa.
The Scar doesn't get that type. She's different.
Okay.
Oh.
In that case,
so
They
give
are
it to
different
Scar.
barbarians.
Scar,
Okay.
take a ring. Oh, sorry. I get onto my knee and offer the ring to Scar.
The music swells romantically. It's the
Will
camera
you?
does that Daisy thing, romantic look.
Will you be my
Say.
shield, mate?
Yes, yes, I will.
Together we will march to battle.
Bum, 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 bum. It's a quick little. Actually, that one, the wedding music just briefly plays in the background as we shift to march into battle. As it is when you were saying march into battle, the camera immediately shifts into the you fighting against a windy, coldy thing, wind and snow hitting your face at a sharp angle. You're leaning forward, trudging up like the windy portion of the like the mountain trail through the spines. Already having begun your travels. Why don't one of you roll me a survival check?
Yeah, sure. I can do it. I'll
Okay.
write my character sheet.
Survival 12. Ooh. Interesting. All right. No, hang on. 1 second. I don't like that. No, no, no. Yes.
I should have done the check.
Probably.
So let me just find this thing that we're
It's
gonna.
cold out there.
No, I don't like that thing either. Sorry. It's getting close to dark time, and you've done good on the trek. But it's getting close to dark, and you're looking for like a shelter or area. There's a section where you could up against a set of rocks that almost forms like a little cave section, but it's enough brief shelter for you guys to spend for right now. I'll let you role play setting up and warming up while I find you a good monster to fight.
No. At least it's a good monster, not an evil one.
Okay, so
Oh,
You know,
there it is.
Star starts looking around, see if there's any wood that she can, like burn to
The-
have air, to have heat.
By the way, the attunement process for the ring only takes a short rest. So we could have done that long before we left.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. And does she see any like branches or something that she can burn with her?
Yeah,
You know,
100%. You'll actually for here, let's make stuff harder. Roll me a perception or a survival check.
survival. Definitely survival. You gotta be shitting me.
You're not that good at survival. You're only +3.
Um
Considering that is, one of the higher ones that I have.
so you're not quite able to you're not quite able to ooh.
Oh shit. I, lo-
The
I
light bulb
love
just went off in
and
his head.
I hate and love at the same time that look.
You go a little bit farther away. Just a little bit farther away. On the trek there, do you notice that there's like a section where the there's a tree fallen, actually like fallen down, that you could easily go up to it and pick up its thing, but what's seems to be causing it was a strong wind that seems to have kind of like is moving off, and you only see it briefly because the swirls in the winds have stopped. But there on the road, there on like the pathway just a little bit ahead, there is a section with things, and I think I might be able to show you what it looks like in a second. But because it's still dark, but you find those things. You want to start grabbing?
I believe I have low light vision.
Dark vision.
No, low light.
No, there's no low light
No?
in this game. You
Okay.
have dark vision, as I
Dark vision would be the closest thing that you would be
Dragonborn
thinking of.
might have. I'm not entirely sure, actually.
I'm not sure, actually.
I think the Drow has it, but that's a term.
As a dragonborn, I don't know that that's a dragonborn thing.
Yeah, I was just looking. I'm getting my characters confused. I'm sorry.
No worries.
Yeah, your Pathfinder character might have that one.
Yeah.
So it's just Scar out here looking for the. There's bits where you could see like, hey, there's definitely trees here, but one of them has fallen down, and there seems to be like a little bit of science. I don't know. It's just like a fallen tree, big giant fallen tree. Give me a second here while I do another little bit quick more shenanigans.
Not shenanigans.
Yeah, shenanigans are going to be happening as you start approaching it. The wind starts to pick up more and more. It's kind of like, oh well, here's why these like trees fell down and shit, you know. You want to start collecting some of these branches so you could you could do your fire and shit.
Yep.
As you start approaching, the winds pick up more and more and more, and your whatever branches you were picking up start swirling away. As you start looking up, the wind swirls in almost like a screechy, and the snow gets pulled up a tornado-ish form, and you see now they're protecting these areas they're traveling through here are two, not one, but two air elementals picking up the snow and whipping it around and causing havoc on this area. It's late-ish, darkish bit of the night, and they start seeing you. You will have a moment to just you and against Rak against them. Let me bring them on here on the screen.
Me too?
Yeah, no, maybe. We'll see. You all will hear after. Hang on. This thing is acting weird. You all can hear it. We'll be able to. They'll have one. It'll take you one round to get there. But let me switch up the map. Put you there. Put us into bat mode. And where did I put this? And let me get you guys in. Street. This where we fought.
Have I ever encountered an air elemental before?
Roll me a history check because you do come from a snowy mountain place. I'll let you roll with advantage. No, just normal. Not with advantage. Market. There we are. That's where you
I know shit.
are. It's just this creature, like the snow all of a sudden becomes a humanoid form. Can you all see the battle map? Did I put you all there?
Yep.
Cool. All right. This doesn't belong there. This doesn't belong there. However, this does belong there. Not just one, but two.
It looks like there is a human naked.
Yeah, he's going to disappear right now. Oh, shit. I should have left it open. So you are Scar. You are here investigating this. Everybody else. Oops. This goes.
That's never good.
This goes to the back layer. You all will be catching up. But you're here against this tree when these two things start coming in. Let's make you guys come in from. Let's make you guys come in from, I don't know, over here. But here's what we see. All right, you rolled me, and what? I guess everybody rolled me an initiative as well. And we'll have a fight. Yeah, we'll have a quick fight, hopefully.
I got infected by scaritis. I'm actually going
After
No,
After
seriously,
Scar.
what the hell is wrong with all my
Initiative
rolls? They're
rolls.
so. No, I mean all of them. Survival, history, everything. It's so.
So I know the reason.
John.
Yeah, you missed John.
John isn't here to soak up all the bad rolls.
All right, so my guys have 9. There we go.
He need
So
his
you're
tanky
going to
ability.
bat.
He needs to come back. I hate being the low one. Rolling.
There you go.
Yeah,
Just come back. The only
all-
reason for that is because she hates being the low one.
No, it's all because Wooster doesn't have any Pepsi ice or whatever it was.
So what do we got?
Pepsi
We
Max
got
ice to incentivize rolling 20s.
we got
Mint.
Narissa. Then we got the air elementals, and then we have Scar and Armolad. Because right now it is just the air elementals against Scar. Let's see what they do. I've never played with air elementals.
Great.
Oh, this is not good.
And he
Yeah.
uses us as his test subjects.
Yes.
Because everyone noticed this. Really happy about using his test subjects for this.
Oh, yeah, this is not gonna go good for you. So this first elementals, they come swirling at you. One of them is gonna stop. Yeah, they're gonna just swirl past you and give you 2 attacks each.
I try and talk to him.
Uh,
I try and talk.
roll me a
Persuasion?
try to.
No, not persuasion, just talking. It's like I don't know who they are.
So
Why,
you're
why they're
attempting to stop them from attacking you.
Yes.
They are obviously weird swirl elementals. You see like a face. Roll me persuasion. What would you say? You try to talk? I love it.
Hi. Hi.
Fantastic.
How
And
are
they
you?
like hi, hi. You get like both of these air things, it's a mixture of the ice that is slamming against you.
I got 20.
You got 7. But
If only you spoke their language, I would have let you roll with initiative and you would have not been able to do stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, natural 20. Mwah, mwah, mwah. And you have not yet been able to go into
rage.
Rage.
rage yet. Mwah, mwah. Love it. Love it. All right, first
You
attack.
want to kill me? You
Does the
definitely-
14 did the 14 hit you?
Yes.
All right, they all hit you basically.
Yep.
The 14, 11, natural 20. Mwah. Love it. And the slam attack.
So
Okay.
let me use my calculator.
24, 34, 44, 52, 63.
What are you talking about?
That's how much damage you took.
I only see
20
13.
And 11 and 18 and 10 and 11.
Okay, so I have how many?
63.
Halved. No, not half.
No, not
the
half.
whole.
24,
So
34, 42, 52, 63. Yes.
Here's what happens. Here's what happens. You're gonna get hurt a lot. A lot. These two
I'm down to
things swirl
2.
into you, and you're just like being tossed in like the middle of a tornado. You're lifted up. There's branches hitting you. I mean, the camera just slam, 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 and then you hear you're just screaming out. Everybody hears. Everybody's running towards this area off screen, just hearing this and seeing these vortex tornado things happening. When they approach the area from the top right hand corner, boom, 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 boom. The near almost passed out body of Scar, just pissed off, bruised, broken, bloodied. There's like a rolling trail where she gets tossed all the way close to you guys in the top right hand corner, and you see.
We're in the bottom left corner.
Oh, sorry, I did a copy paste. You should be in the top right hand corner.
Oh,
Oh, and one more thing. Obviously,
Okay.
I don't know if I told you guys. You did get a full rest, so you guys are all fully rested. Obviously.
Yeah.
Oh,
You did
yeah.
mention that.
And I only have 65 hit points.
I
And
know.
I'm down
I
to
know.
2.
I know. I know. It's beautiful. Ah, love
You know,
it.
I got something in my eye for you right here.
So
Is that called grief?
it is now your turn.
Not my turn. Not my
Yes.
turn. It's their turn.
No. They were gonna take a whole round to get to you, but I just threw you to them. I'm being nice and threw you to them. But either way, you are after the air elementals, and then Scar. So Scar, you are next, and then we'll go top of the round.
I try and, pick myself up off of the ground. And I say to everyone, I don't think they're friendly.
Just like dusting yourself up. I don't think they're friendly.
In the background.
And then I
and
take
you can see them closing in.
and I take the time to use one of my potions to heal.
Bonus action. I think I'm gonna be nice and gonna give you one of the bigger ones. Nah, 2d4 plus 4. 2d4 plus 4. Roll it.
Okay.
I'm not gonna be nice. Don't be nice after
No.
you being mean, Carlos. Don't be that guy. Don't flip flop. Just be mean. Just be mean.
Potentially, I would say use your action to drink the potion, and use your bonus action for rage.
That's a great idea. Let's do that.
I get
9,
9,
and you're pissed.
and I'm raging, so I'm up to 11 now.
At least you can take 22 points of damage now instead of just 11.
Right.
Yes.
It might take you 2 hits to go down now.
You know what you could do? You could whistle at him.
So, top of the round, because we're gonna skip Armolad. Now you guys catch up, and it's top of the round. Rak.
Why are we skipping Armorlad?
Here's the reason why. Because
I'm
was
sorry.
just you two. It was just you
Oh,
two.
okay.
And I
Okay.
said everybody else was gonna get there one round later.
Gotcha.
So we just concluded that now it's one round later, top of the round.
Okay.
Now everybody
Sorry,
else
I
is
was
included.
just
I wanted
been-
to isolate just you and them because it was just you by yourself. So, Rak, you see her blood. You see in the background these two swirling air elementals viciously coming. The trees are being cracking, and the whirlpool of air and ice and stuff and dirt and branches are coming. What do you want to do?
Well, first of all, I'm going to swear in giantese. Ja, tuulihingat on taas vähän äksyillä päällä.
Nice.
And then he's gonna take his halberd and jump at the nearest one, like. Whoa!
How far is that distance?
I used 2 move actions for that. So.
You could move halfway and get in preparation for them to get close to you
Yeah.
and hold your action.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, I'm just gonna jump into there like the. What? You hit me shield, mate. I'm gonna
Nice.
ruin your day.
And
Actually,
I'm assuming you're going to rage
yeah.
as well?
yeah. Both of them are in my reach at the moment, so good. So I'm gonna rage at the end of my round now, and that's.
The boots of Bunny,
Mhm.
they allow you to jump, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
That's a bonus action to activate, isn't it? It's a bonus action to activate.
Nope. It's passive.
No. It's one or the other. I was going to see if I could make it so that you could attack this round, but no. You're standing there in rage. We're going to use your act. I want you to attack these things. Fuck it. Attack these things. Use your action. Fuck them up.
You want me to attack them?
Yeah.
You sure about that?
Actually, I want you to hold your action to attack after I have my turn. Because then you'll get advantage because I'll be behind them.
Yeah.
I can only be so nice. Come on, guys.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
yeah.
just a
I'm just
second.
I'm gonna go reckless
time-
because he wants me to be reckless. So.
By the way, did you say this was nighttime, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So here we go. 2 attacks.
2 attacks. One of them hits.
Both of them reckless though, but yeah. That does no difference. 13 points of
13.
damage.
You're gonna hit the bottom one?
Yeah.
All right.
No.
Next up,
Yeah,
Narissa. You're up. What type of damage is that? I'm
Slashing.
sorry.
And is
slashing?
it a magical weapon?
It actually says no. Well, it's Moonlight Halberd, so it's a magical weapon.
Okay.
It's actually gonna take me 2 to get up to them.
Yeah, they're far away. That's what I said. It was going to take you one round to even get to this location.
So I move right there. That's 30.
All right. And you want to shoot?
Let me see if they're in range. No, they're just they're not even in range.
One's in 25 feet, the other's 30 feet.
If you go by the center, they're barely there.
Just at the edge. I mean, oh, how what's his name said it?
Get 30 feet to the back of that one.
Yeah, they're both in range. Shoot them.
Okay. I'll do the one that's right in front of Rak because
I'm assuming your range is 30 feet or more.
it's
mean, 30 feet or
30
less.
feet.
Yeah.
It's 30 feet.
All right, the one that's against Rack, so you can get some sneak attack going. $15 barely hits.
A hit is a hit is a hit.
24.
Everything else is negotiable.
So the piercing damage barely affects it. I mean, it's just a thing
It's
that literally
halved.
just goes through him.
Yeah.
But it happens to hit a piece of wood that is making up part of the structure, and it gets hit for another. That's a lot of good damage. There we go. Next up, anything else you want to do?
I can do the bonus shot and hit him again. But that won't
Do it.
be sync attack.
It would not be sneak attack.
That
24
one
certainly
definitely
is.
hits.
That one hits, yes. For another. Okay.
We are not
Obviously,
mundane.
that does half damage on the piercing attack. So
Even my hands now are magical weapons. Ooh.
twenty-three points of total damage. Is this starting to look hurt? Very hurt. Not very hurt. Hurt. Narissa, the air elementals turns are up. Let's see what they can do. Oh yeah, this is great. This is great. It's going to go here. Yeah, it's going to go here. I mean, first off, I think it's going to just completely
Surround Rak.
let's do this. 2 and 2. Yeah, Narissa didn't hide. It's pissed. Let's go 2 and 2. All right. These two are against Rak.
Okay.
There's only two.
2 attacks, he's saying.
Oh,
Hit and hit.
Hit and
Because of-
hit. For 9
That's a
9 half,
large.
17 halved.
Those are some large dice. So yeah. That's 4 and 8. So 12 points of damage.
And this one is just going to yeah, this one's coming just right here. And it's going to slam against you. So let's go 2 against natural
Oh!
20s. I love it. Mwah, mwah, mwah. And 14. Does 14 hit you, Narissa?
It does not.
Love that natural 20. Here we go.
but the first one does, though.
Very, very definitely.
Yeah. So you get hit for a total of 22 bludgeoning damage as this thing just completely swirls around you. The bits encompass you completely and is like you're being tossed and bruised and hit, and you're like
Hold on.
being
Who
left
moved
as
it?
it
Wait,
passes
wait,
over
wait,
you
wait, wait.
again. And
You said 24 damage. You said 24, right?
22.
Yeah. 22.
22?
Mm-hmm.
It moved out of my reach. I get a free attack of opportunity.
I flipped the wrong ones. I'm sorry. I did the wrong flips. There we go. And this-
Either of them leave my range, I get a free attack of opportunity.
One of them didn't
wait,
start
wait, wait,
anywhere near
stop.
you.
Yes, it did. It started
So
in
It's
my
10
reach.
feet. It doesn't matter. Yeah, go
Over
for it. Do your
here.
thing. Do your
Oops.
thing.
Yep.
It was over here.
Okay, so is
Yeah, I
Rak
know.
going first or am I going?
Woosterian goes first.
Woosterian.
hits.
Okay, Woosterian, get in. Fireball.
Sorry, Rak. Rak goes first. So you're
There it
hits.
is. 11 points of damage.
all right. And now Narissa can retaliate if you want.
Narissa's going, why did you do that?
It was an error. Air
It was a
elemental
bad
error.
error on their part.
So I think while he's swirling and you're caught in the middle, you just like do this explosive thing to make fire and ice. It looks kick ass. A lot of good special effects.
And it doesn't affect me because fire damage, I'm resistant to. So
And what is it? What kind of
Save
dexterity
is
saving throw?
the 14 dexterity saving throw, and the damage is 23, I believe.
20. Oh, oh.
The base is 3, and then
Ah,
there's
okay,
20
yeah.
from the higher cast.
So with a 7, he fails that obviously.
So
So
23 points of damage. Damn. Damn, son.
nice.
Hmm,
And
it's not
fire.
resistant to fire. That's how
And it's
unusual that something that
yeah,
Use
I'm
oxygen.
resistant to my I'm resistant to my own fire. Yay!
Well,
Not
tech-
resistant. I mean, the fire doesn't give any extra effect. But 20 minus 23 is good. All right. That was your reactions to the air elementals attacking you. Scar and Armolad are next. Scar, what do you want to do?
Okay, I see what's happening with Narissa, and I see she's hurting. So
not as much as
I-
you are.
I know, but me being me, I am going to do the spirit shield.
All right. Click on the thing to see how much damage it would have prevented. All right, roll me 2d6. And Narissa, this is how much damage you did not get.
2,
3.
3. So you gain back 3 worth of health. As the spirit shields, because Scar is so weakened, the spirit shields, they're strong and mighty in their spiritual form, and spirits work nicely with you only because of your presence are they being able to affect. But it's versus air. It's not much that they could do against that. However,
And then
now it's still continue your turn.
that being said, so I am weak, even though I have some points of I'm already raging. So I come up and
Oh, I see what you're doing. Yeah.
Give it a piece of your mind, or in this case, your mouth.
I'm gonna I'm gonna try and
Breathe on
I'm
it.
pissed. And breathe.
Go for it.
Try wait a minute, let me see. Can I get both of them?
Click on the thing and let's see what it says. Click on the description of it.
Okay, hold on. Trying to get in the correct, or is he gonna be in the way?
I mean, yeah,
Rak,
you could,
Rak, you're
I
gonna
could
be
see
in the way.
a way that it avoids Rak. I could see a way that it avoids Rak.
Okay, so let me
Look.
get my breath.
But let's see if it even reaches that far.
15-foot cone. No, not even close.
Mm.
Oh, didn't you have the line one?
No,
Either a
that's
line and a cone, but
Click on the
15 is
thing,
not.
Scar, otherwise, to let us know.
it. They'd
Oh,
already
did
hit.
she already do it? Oh, yeah, I
15-foot
just didn't
cone
see
dealing
it.
fire damage. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, it won't reach, sorry. But I mean, it'll reach one of them, but not both.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna use my breath weapon on the one right in front of me.
Question: what was your dragon type?
Red.
So red dragon is fire 15-foot cone. Okay.
Dexterity saving throw. Okay, here we go. Dexterity saving throw. Number 2. Natural 1.
Yeah, full damage. I think you do 3d6 damage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
3d6 at 6th level. Yeah.
Roll me. What is it?
3d6.
3d6.
Uh-huh.
Roll away. Roll higher.
Please, please, for the
higher.
love of God.
It wasn't
Nice.
3 ones.
Above average.
Damage. And only because I'm being extra nice, the natural 1 is going to count as a crit, so it's going to get double damage. So minus 24 on that.
So clearly, what happens is it notices this creature coming in over there, and it charges right at it as she breathes and enveloping the entire creature in the.
Well,
Whatever that, if more of the fire melts off the last bits that Narissa started, and it melted all this, and now it's just water, like steam, a whole thing of steam.
I was actually gonna say, because Scar saw me light the thing up and fire, and she then goes, "Wait a minute, Narissa can't burn. I'm just gonna add to this fire." That's what I took it as.
Resistance to fire just means you take half damage. So
Armolad,
doesn't mean you're
your turn.
Okay.
Oh, wait. One last thing. Scar, do you want to try to use anything else, bonus actions, rest of your movement?
No, because I'm kind
Armolad,
of a
your turn.
pup.
Okay. I don't need to teleport because I have 50 feet of movement. Is there anywhere I can go to flank this guy? This terrain is confusing me.
That's like a.
Is this like a cliff, or
That's
is
like
this
a wall. That's like a frozen wall thing that's ice that's just been like hardened and rocked. You'd have to be balancing on that. Which with the air and the wind might be difficult. So you'd have to be here. Sorry, hang on. You'd have to be here to flank against them. Here, you could flank somewhere else. So I mean, this might be your best spot. And because if you go here or here, you'll flank, but I'll request they to be balanced. High DC on.
The thing is, if I
athletics or
fall,
whatever.
I have slow fall, so I'm not going to take any damage anyway.
So where do you want to go? Your choice. Choices.
I'll go
Fantastic.
here, I guess. So it's
Yeah,
not
right now you
flanking?
don't have advantage against anything at the moment,
Hmm.
but you will give advantage to Scar later.
Or like I was up there. No, even teleporting, I can't get there. Okay, well, I'll go here. I will.
Roll me your things.
I don't know if my whatchamacallit
Are your fists
balance
magical weapons now?
my fists are magical weapons. I just don't know if my balanced quarterstaff counts as a magical weapon.
Don't think so.
But I'll still swing with it anyway.
Did I say? Oh, yeah, because it's a special.
I don't remember.
Oh, it has a.
I missed badly.
The quarterstaff gets sucked into it, and it is now just twirling inside of it.
Oh fuck!
Uh,
So I'm not getting my second attack, but I will do the. Well, actually, technically, I could do an unarmed strike as my second attack.
you sure can.
But then
Oh.
how does flurry of blows work? Flurry.
You bonus attack, and you use your natural unarmed attacks as.
Yes.
Oh, I love this. This thing is gonna attack you with your own fucking stick. It's gonna be amazing.
Immediately after you take the attack action on your turn, you can spend 1 key point to make 2 unarmed strikes. Okay. Let's spend a key point. But I have 2 attacks.
Yeah, so attack with just do a punch and then
Do a
key
punch
point,
and then
more
key
punches.
point and 2 more punches. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is a magical attack. 23
Yes. Hits.
for 9. Then the key point. My fist goes twirling around inside.
No, as you're about to like hit something, the stick hits you in the face to stun you briefly, comically, but you don't take any damage from it.
Okay. Do I get the second attack?
Yeah.
Okay. It's for 10 more bludgeoning. Ooh, maximum damage.
That is good.
And that is magical damage, yes.
Why don't you roll me because the quarterstaff hit you? Why don't you roll me what the quarterstaff damage is?
But here's a much more important question. Does this count as a ranged weapon attack when it's throwing the quarterstaff at me?
No, it does not.
Damn, so I can't grab it back.
Let's see. All right, so as your natural 1 penalty is like you went to hit and your quarterstaff literally bonks you in the head for a total of 8 bludgeoning damage. And just keeps
Ow.
rolling. It's looking to hurt, and it's looking very hurt after that. All those attacks. Do I have access yet to this? Yes, I do. Okay. Oops. Give me 1 second. Next up, is there anything else you want? No, that's the top of the round. Rak, you're up.
Ha ha ha! All right, time for some classic pole dancing. Do 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 do. Guacamole. Same target.
Miss. Oh, are you doing reckless
Yes.
still?
Yes, I am.
Okay. That hits. For 7.
And it's again for 9.
And I'm gonna move over here while dancing. Dee. And that's the end of my turn.
So you're like, with your halberd, you're literally just like knocking the body of the form, which is big chunks of ice, rock, as like this snowman swirl, big branches. So you're just leaving it just to the air. And it's doing a lot of damage.
Just
It
hitting
hurts a
all
lot.
those branches out of the wind.
Narissa, you're up. Yeah, you're right up on it.
Come on, kill the damn thing.
Okay, press the once.
That hits. For 9. Reduced to half. Do you want to put some sneak attack on that?
Yeah. So just roll the sneak attack damage for that.
Yeah. All right. You take a 1 on sneak. Okay.
Ooh.
4 on sneak. Okay.
2, 1.
And now roll for your last, or what do you want to do with your bonus action?
Do you want to hide?
Can you hide in melee range though?
Technically, there's
You
no
could
way
also
to
disengage. You could
hide.
disengage. You could hide, or you could attack again.
No, you can't. Oh, right. Rogue might get a bonus action of disengage.
Yes.
Actually, I'm just gonna go behind Armorlad. I'm gonna use him as a shield.
That'll give it
You'll
a turn.
leave his range of attack, and he'll
Oh.
take a swipe at you. If you get behind here, you could go. If you go here, you'll leave his attack range without
Okay.
disengaging. I mean, you could disengage and do that without risking a swipe.
I'm pretty sure Rogue doesn't get a disengage as a bonus action, but they do get a dash.
No, that's. I'm pretty sure.
Because why would you ever do a dash if you can do a disengage? Disengage, I
dash
believe, is
gives you more
exclusively
movement.
an action.
A dash gives you double
I
the
don't have
movement, that's
dash.
why.
I don't have
Yeah.
dash.
Anyway, so you wanna so I'll let you escape without taking a swap ahead, but you want to get behind the what's the name right here?
Armorlad.
That's good. End of turn. Moving on. Air Elemental is getting desperate. Against all of you that are surrounding it, it's going to do its whirlwind charge.
Oh, okay.
Everybody make me a DC 13 saving throw.
What kind? Strength, okay.
Strength saving throw.
I got a 22.
You got a 25, actually.
25.
I got a 6.
Luckily it's not too bad of the damage. So you, Armolad, gets tossed. Mine, let's see,
In a
roll
random
d4.
direction.
All right, I'm gonna roll it. Oops, that's something different. You get flung 20 feet straight up. Yeah, there you go. You get flung in that direction. Scar is fine, except does it get half damage?
It says,
Ooh, you know what? You get hit against this wall. You take an additional. Man, you're just getting tossed, dude. What's going on with you? You get hit against this wall here, and you get bludgeoned for another 2 damage. I'm reading what it says here. If he gets hit against the wall, it takes 1d6 bludgeoning damage.
well, wait a minute. It says if the saving throw is successful, the target takes half the bludgeoning
no, I'm talking
damage.
about Armolad. Armolad failed.
Oh, okay.
Fine.
Oh, what wall?
This wall here,
Oh, well then wouldn't I be here
because
then?
it says that you get thrown for every 10 feet thrown, so you get thrown regardless. So you punch a hole through that wall, and you get thrown. That's
Okay.
why you took extra damage. Scar, you save, so you only take half. So 7 halved would be 4, and since you're raging, that takes
Oh, and it's bludgeoning too, yeah.
that takes down to 2, so you only take 2 damage. And Narissa, where's your saving throw? You get failed as well. You fail as well. You take a total of 7 bludgeoning damage as you get bonked by the thing and then thrown. Let's see which direction you get thrown. Roll d4. You get thrown same direction. You get thrown. Since both of you were together, you're both clinging on to each other, and you both get thrown through the hole. You take another d6 damage. Damn. Unfortunately, Narissa took most of that blow as she went through, as you take another 6 damage as for its turn, it whirlwind all of you and threw you all in random directions.
So much for trying to
Dang.
flank this thing.
That's exactly right. Against Wooster or Rak, it's just going to do its 2 multi attacks.
Go for it. A hit.
17
A
and
hit.
26. 15 and 17. Both of those reduced to half.
7 and 8. Yeah.
7 and 8. All right. Scar. All of your friends just got swallowed up by the tornado and got tossed. This thing is barely holding on to life as it tossed all of its guts. You're there, you're bloody, you're scarred, these things fucked you up. It's your turn. What do you want to do?
And I'm already raging.
Yes.
You want to go
So-
reckless?
Well, if I go reckless, when it attacks me, I will die.
Yes.
So,
But you have everyone else acting before it.
true. I will go reckless.
Embrace the inner grog. Say, take
Ugh.
that not safe choice. You get pissed off, you go in there full Scar and do your shit. That hits. Barely.
Barely? Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Roll again, because you're
I have
gonna
to scroll down.
You roll again because you're gonna do another attack. That's what? 2, 13.
That's-
So that gets half 4, 5. That's a total of 7 damage. It's looking
That certainly hits.
that hits as well. For a total of
7.
halved. That's a total of
3 points.
4 damage. Only 4 damage. It has
But
a
you-
total of 3
But
left.
you had to move up.
It
one
has
more
a total
square.
of 3 left. How do you want to do this? You kill it.
Boom. Oh, I kill it. Okay. I go in two-handed and I'm pissed. I'm like, hey, I'm raging. I'm pissed. You hurt, Narissa. You hurt. I'm like, heck, not so much, but I'm mad. And I go in and I just go, ah.
From inside of
Through the
the
window.
tornado, bits and
Yeah.
pieces start flying out as you're just wildly swinging your axe, becoming your own tornado. And when you stop, there's just bits and pieces scattered in a circle around you.
And I'm,
Big
I have a
old
very critical question for you. Where did my
Staff.
quarterstaff go?
Roll perception.
the axe going through it. I'm just kidding. It's fine. It's fine. Cut to. We'll see what happens with it when you do an investigation check. Cut to. Armolad, you're up. What do you want to do?
If the quarterstaff is between me and the other air elemental, I'll pick it up on the way. If it isn't, that's fine. I will move to here, flanking. Thank you, Rak. This guy. Actually, to hell with it. Who needs the quarterstaff? I'll just do 2 unarmed strikes and then 2 more unarmed strikes.
I love it. Fantastic. Fantastic.
First one, 26
Hits.
for 7. Second one. Oh, I have advantage, right. 24 for 10. And then a key
That
point,
hits. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
if it's still alive.
Yes.
22 for 9. And 16
hits.
for 6. 17
You're-
and 15, 32.
You're hitting a bunch of these blocks off, branches, rocks, big old chunks of ice. It's now almost formless and it's very transparent. It's weak. It's so weak. It's so weak. But it's still barely standing. Rak, it's your turn. You want to finish this fucker off?
It'll be me pleasure. So, let's change weaponry. Let's pick up the trident and try to stab this thing into the snow.
Yeah, that hits. Do the things.
So, Rak just picks up the trident from the bag and goes, "Time for
Fork
you to
you."
get grounded," and stabs it through the elemental form of it. You can see the wind twirling around the three prongs of the lizardman's trident as it plunges into the snow and the ground, grounding this thing forever.
It's almost like the tornado gets spun there and then it just slowly fizzles out. And end of encounter. The wind is no longer swirling around a storm as it was early in the day. It is now softened. There's barely a breeze. However, the area around is tossed with dirt and rocks and stones and figs and blood everywhere. But it's safe. And what would you like to do?
Find my quarterstaff.
Roll me an investigation check. With advantage, because everybody's here and they can help you. It's probably easily spottable within the snow. But let's see. How far it
Anybody
comes.
else want to search for it? I can't search for shit. 12.
There's so many branches, it's hard to like find it, and it's nighttime.
I have dark vision. That's not a problem.
Yeah, but the
Okay.
rest of us don't.
Mm-hmm. So somebody else. Oh, that was with advantage, huh? Unless somebody else wants to help roll.
Narissa has dark vision.
Now, if it was a perception check, that would have been a 17 and a 19.
What about a survival? Would that work?
Mm,
I'm
No, I
gonna
don't
say yes
Well-
because it's.
I'll assist you.
I think I found it.
It looks so different than the rest of the branches. You can see how it's mistaken, but like that's the one thing that's, and in fact it's stuck like into the ground, boom, straight up. Like
It's the
And it was
only
like
straight
a
piece of wood in
50
this
feet
entire
away.
environment. It
Can you
sticks
change
out.
back to,
Thank you, Scar.
back to face mode.
It literally sticks out.
Yeah. All right, can we switch it back to face mode for us? Well, with that, you can return safely with the camp with all the firewood you want, Scar.
Yeah, but now I can't. But now I can't. I have to have a short nap in order to be able to use my breath.
We can start a fire without your breath weapon.
That's how I was planning on doing.
Yeah, I know. I
it.
know. Kind of a waste of your breath weapon, but yeah.
This was a great way for me to introduce the fight, and I got to beat you up without the rage. Fantastic.
You suck.
Man, I'm glad I took off the kid gloves.
Yeah, you should. I expected the snow to be difficult terrain.
No, it
I
was the
thought
air
about it,
elemental.
but because of the air, because of the thing around it, Plus,
But I do have to say, the fact that you got me basically, quote unquote, flat-footed, you know, I
Yeah.
couldn't rage first.
Yeah, that's my way of kicking your guys' butts. Is I have to somehow get one of you one-on-one, or who knows? We'll see. But that was a fun little fight. I hope you enjoyed that.
I did.
All
Yeah.
right, so
you
campfire.
just blew us away.
Campfire. With that successfully done, You have root. There's fire. You're licking your wounds. There's something in the fire pot, boiling, steaming. You guys have bowls of soup of mystery food. It's TV. It doesn't really matter. Just make it look good that you're eating it.
Nom 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 nom.
Any last little things that you want to do before I end the session?
I need a rest.
I need a rest to gain my hit points back.
Yes, you need a full rest.
Rak is like, it's just a flesh wound.
You suck. How come I don't have as many hit points? I looked on his thing and I'm like
It's
107.
Let me
picked
guess, he has a
feat
fairly high
that
con.
doubles his. He picked a feat that doubles and maximizes his hit points, and he also has a lot of
Constitution.
constitution.
Yeah.
Your constitution isn't as beefy, I don't think.
Rak is built to be beefy.
Yeah, Rak is built to be the muscle, like to take all the hits. That's
Not the muscle, the tank.
Yeah, that's right. To take all the hits. That's what I meant.
He's a bullet sponge.
And he has we can tell him stuff and he won't forget. Thanks for the memories.
Yeah, mine is in strength, not in con.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're better at attacking, I'm better at taking damage.
Mm-hmm. That is the big key difference between both of you. And as you go over your strength and weaknesses and plans of battle of what strange things that you are going to find on the way to the headquarters of Woosterion in an attempt to destroy his cache of weapons that he's built off over this entire time.
Rak,
Woosterion
you can
is
take the first
overlooking
watch.
his weapons. It's close to elsewhere. It's outside, still snowy, and cache of weapons. They're trying out different things. Flares are going out as there's a caravan. As there's a caravan being fleeing from the area. And Woosterion from nearby grabs a weapon, a long sniper rifle. Those really, really evil military ones, the Beretta M50 or whatever they're called. I'm not really a gun guy. Looks through the scope and it's
AK-47.
No. It's the big old sniper scope through
It's the
Ooh.
Barrett
lens.
anti-material sniper.
His metallic cold hands on the barrel as he's looking. You can run, but you can't hide. Thunderous sound, and then with that, we'll end the chapter in fade out.
Nice.
So episode ended. End of episode with that fire shot.
End of episodes. We put down the banter tags back on again. There we go. We're back in bantering mood.
I liked it. I enjoyed it.
What
I could
accent
not
was
believe 60 some odd points. Holy
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
It would have
forced
been
life.
more than half of my hit points.
I knew I was gonna really hurt you with that when I set these up. I'm like, okay, these are good. I mean, air elementals. I wanted ice elementals, but this is close enough. And I'm like, ooh, I get to hit you without you thinking I got to go first. Setup of drama.
Scar
Pre-break,
needs to work
when
on,
Narissa when Narissa spoke up, Vexalia just brain melted, and I couldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, it really
Well,
did.
the thing was, is she's talking, and I could see Narissa. She's like back up against one of the bookshelves, like one of the posters, her foot up against it. And as she's hearing this, she's like going, yeah, and they're bringing in somebody. And all of a sudden to see the face, it was like, it's like Greek, like, okay, how do you know this information?
Right. Right.
Like, how
And
do you know this
even
information?
describing like the shrine is different when you enter it than what it actually is. So there's something there.
Well, it's like, I'm sorry to, in Vox,
Yeah.
I can never,
Legend of Vox
yeah,
Machina, whatever. Yeah.
yeah. That's exactly what occurred when he saw her,
Yeah.
So I totally got what you were saying, that Vax saw versus
Little homage. I figured it'd be like, oh, here's something for a little homage bit to see if throwback.
Well,
I'm glad you caught that bit.
well, the fact is, we're at the table and they're talking, and she's like, she's trying not to give any information out, and all of a sudden, Narissa goes, "Yeah, they're trying to bring somebody through." That literally it makes you snap, because that's not information our group should have.
Right.
And for the youngest to have that information and to know that information throws all of the philosophical into chaos, because it's like, oh, well, this is not the only people that are worried about this.
And if it's the yeah, depending on who or what or why. I think I like the fact that I set up that's why they've not been like long range. The Rocky Talkies have not been used. That's why in the beginning it was like, hey, I'm going to be leaving on a trip to talk to somebody. Like Vex has been very paranoid and not been able to make any magical long range communications. Everything's on by hand or in person or like via this rock, little messages via secure rock. Hand delivered things.
Well, it
Fuck.
also
You know
didn't,
what?
Text messages.
it really also didn't help, because literally I didn't even say it was the Raven Queen at all. I just said it was her brother's shrine. I've been talking with her brother. So as she's bringing it up, saying, "Oh, it's this person, it's this person," the rest of the crew's not gonna, like, the rest of the party's not gonna know who we're really talking about.
No.
It's literally a conversation between me and Vaxalia of, what are you saying?
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, what I'm saying is, I'm only talking with your brother, and that's it. That's all I'm giving her, is I'm only talking with your brother.
That's why I wanted to come back and give a bit more group knowledge on the lore of the original Raven Queen. Back there was like mostly all super magic, stupid society. Everything was top of their chain, food chain. Everything was perfect, and some bad shenanigans happened. There were one of there was an eventual breakdown of these walls that separate the different gods, and they actually was a man versus god attack that only 20% of the people survived and rebuilt society. This is the post-apocalyptic bullshit. But in that, there's prominent mages that made strides to create godhood. Vecna is just trying to reproduce exactly from all the secret research that the original is unforgotten who or what she was, who she was before. Now she is the new lady, the new Raven Queen. And it's more interesting because she's a human version of the Raven Queen. Like she's human turned god and accepting like, okay, well, I'm not an evil god. I'm just a guide from life and death, And now that she's it from a human perspective, she has a lot more meddlesome stuff with fate, or at least sees the strings of that, which is what Narissa is seeing. That's in my lore, anyways. For you all, it's like, hey, here's a reason to fight some shit. All right.
Ah, Well,
So what would our first encounter have been if we'd gone through to the woods?
I don't know. I randomized something.
Oh, okay.
I was looking for something random, but then I'm like, ooh, air elemental. Let's do that. I've never fought with an elemental.
yay.
Maybe Yeti could be too. It would probably just been a wood forest monster or some shit. Really big. Attack a big bear. No, we already did big bears. Who knows?
Well, we have to come back afterwards, so yeah. Never mind. Okay.
I think so. The mission that you want to do is you want to destroy these cache webs. I think the other option would have been as a mission. I'll keep it secret. I'll use that for another thing.
So have you figured out Armolad yet? I'll ask you next week and you'll say no.
Prince, the one of the original elves from the Tolkien book, one of the original founding elves. No? And I don't know. That's all the research that I've done.
Much simpler and, well, the way my mind works.
Armolad.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
This is as simple as that.
Wooster's figured it out.
Oh boy. I went to the whole
Arm of a lad.
Close. Yeah, well, okay, maybe he hasn't figured it out.
I'm misdirecting alles.
Arm a lad. I mean, it could be like arm a lad, but O lad is the same. I get it. I could dig it.
You still haven't gotten it then. Okay.
Oh no. Is it then the arm of a lad? Arm of a person?
Nope. Remember the way my mind works.
We don't. Only
I
you know how.
I try to stay away from that.
We don't want that insanity. Let's say.
Well, while I ponder the mystery of names, running theme on here, the names and importances of them, I guess we'll find out what happens next week when we return with Tabletop Theater. Yay. Any other things, or do you guys want to call it a day?
Oh.
Well, it's after 5.
This is a day. Oh, what time next week? Because
what time next week?
You guys all caught back up
Back to
again.
the usual time slot?
Yes.
I kind of like this earlier version. Still.
To be frank, me too.
I like it, but it all depends on
John.
Yeah,
on John, if he can make it or not, and his schedules. We've been working around his schedules, right?
Yeah.
So assume this time, Froggy, and I don't know how we'll tell you if otherwise.
Well, okay, so but the question
I'll be back in a few seconds to say the stuff. Give me a few seconds.
Okay, but so that still begs the question: is it going to be 1, 2 o'clock, or is it going to be 3 o'clock that we start?
It's up to John.
No.
And so it was proclaimed.
Everybody here seems to want to go at 2 instead of 3. So it's up to John if he can't. Oh, you've got your roll thingy again.
Yeah, I like it. It's fun.
I like your scroll.
I like my scroll.
But the point is he's not here, and so we need to give Froggy an answer.
Well,
even though he didn't ask the question.
If we actually do come up with a time before the stream, we can change the stream time on the calendar. On the Twitch.
We have a calendar?
Yeah, the Twitch streaming calendar.
Okay.
I don't even know where that is, but okay.
Okay, well then that answers that question.
I even know where it's located.
What?
The stream calendar. I even know where it's
Well,
located.
okay, it says schedule 3 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. UTC. You can change it there, yes. Down below.
Yes.
I wouldn't call that a calendar, I'd just call that a schedule.
Yeah, schedule calendar, whatever. Lost in translation, mind you.
Jaa.
Voidaan me puhua suomeakin, jos se kuulostaa paremmalta sulle.
Das ist nicht gut.
Das is los.
Was is lost?
Well, if we go back to
Gesundheit.
3, I might not be able to stay for the full thing.
Why?
I'll
She's got
explain.
plans.
I got plans.
Like permanent plans?
No,
Just next week or...
just next week.
Yeah, well...
We take a break next week, or
Well,
these
Why
are the
don't-
things that normally we go in the green screen for. Or in
Yeah,
the
that's what I was waiting for. It was once we get off.
post banter mode.
Easter is coming up in 2 weeks. I may
That's-
not be here because I
that's a
may
good-
go to the Cape. So,
You know what? That's a good. So maybe we'll do a break next week. I
Well,
no,
no,
the
it's-
next.
No,
Okay.
it's the week after that is Easter.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying like,
Yeah.
2
Play
weeks
next-
from now we'll take a break.
Yeah,
All
play
right,
next
then.
week and then take a break the week after.
Perfect. There we go. In that case,
next week is
We
on
need-
schedule and then a break in...
That
Okay,
We have a plan.
we have a plant. Yes.
And
Very good, very good.
what are we manufacturing in this plant?
no, we have a plant, meaning there's a plant in the audience.
Yes, we have
Ooh.
planted the spy!
Is the plant from this planet?
Yeah.
sorry, I was responding to a text from my brothers.
Well, either way, it is time for us to say...
Bonus
Bonus
nachos,
nachos, everybody.
Vamos,
everybody.
nachos!
Bonus nachos.